This video is going to be a short introduction to Notan paper cutting. Notan is a Japanese term that means balance of dark and light. Similar to a yin-yang, Notans are meant to have a 50-50 balance of black and white. To start your Notan, you need 4 simple materials. 2 colors of paper that contrast each other. I like to use black and white. You will also need a glue stick, a pencil with an eraser, and a scissors or an X-Acto. Once you've gathered all of your materials, your first step is to draw out your design on one of your 2 pieces of paper. Here you can see my design is going to end up being 1/4 of a mandala. You'll see how it looks in the end. As you draw out your design, you want to make sure that you leave space between each shape. You avoid the corners, and you create as equal of a balance of black and white or positive and negative space that you can. Meaning you want to make sure that you fill up shapes all the way into the middle of your design. Now you're going to notice that some of my shapes touch the edge of my Notan and some of them are floating free in the center. In a little bit you'll be able to see what that looks like once my pieces are cut out. For this particular Notan, I am cutting my pieces out of 2 sheets of square black paper. Here you can see both of my pieces of paper with all of the shapes cut out. The key here is once you cut your shapes out, you have to save every little piece you cut out. So if you are working on this during multiple sessions, you might want to keep all the pieces together in an envelope or a baggie so they don't get lost. Now once you have all of your pieces cut, I like to put them back in their starting place, and then you're going to take each piece and reverse it. You're going to flip it along the line or the barrier created by the edge of the paper. So your shapes should be filling in sort of like a checkerboard. We're alternating between black and white or positive and negative space. You want to get everything set out first. Your pieces that are free floating, you can make the decision where they need to go based on your design, but your pieces that touch the edge need to flip along that edge. Be careful as you glue them so that they carefully line up with the edge of your paper. Once you have all of your pieces out, you can go ahead and glue if you have everything in the spot where you want it. I like to just use a normal glue stick. Be really careful with your craftsmanship as you're gluing. Make sure you're gluing things down completely. If you had to cut through or make any unnecessary kind of guide cuts like you can see in mine, you want to make sure that those pieces get glued down completely. Again, we really want to make sure we have that 50-50 balance of black and white. And any shapes that you can see of mine that are touching the edge, I have reversed those shapes and carefully glued them up to the edge. And any shapes that are free floating, I went ahead and made the decision of where I think they should be glued. Here are a few more examples of Notans using the same technique. These are examples from some of my students. You can see these were cut out of 1 sheet of paper, and once they cut out the shapes, they reverse them over the edge of their paper. The sky is the limit with what you can do here. Practice good craftsmanship, be creative, and have fun. I hope this helps.